Hey Kings, welcome to Adekemi Talk About Kings. I am Adekemi Adegbeson of King's Court. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I would like to appreciate everyone that have subscribed, that engaged, and that share every content that I've posted on this channel. Thank you so much. And I would like for you, if you haven't subscribed, I will really appreciate if you do so and engage with the content that is being posted on this channel. So today I'm going to talk to us about the man that is worthy of the Proverbs 31 woman. So we have heard a lot about the virtuous woman, the Proverbs 31 woman. She's capable, she's intelligent, she's hardworking, she's smart, she's rich, and most importantly, she's precious to God. So in Proverbs 31 verse 10, a amplified classic version, a capable, intelligent, and virtuous woman. Who is he who can find her? She is far more precious than jewels, and her value is far above rubies or pearls. So we know that this woman is capable. She's intelligent, she's smart, she's hardworking, she's virtuous, she's rich. She's everything that you ever dream of in a woman, right? But the question here for you is, who is he who can find her? Because not everybody is going to find a virtuous woman. Not everybody will be married to a Proverbs 31 woman because she's precious to God. See, it says she is far more precious than jewels, and her value is far above rubies or pearls. This woman is not just precious to her husband, she's very precious to God. So God will not just give his precious daughter to a man that will not value, that will not treasure her. So what makes a man or makes anyone at all is the person's character, is who you are. And the good thing is that the Bible always, if the Bible asks us a question, the Bible always gives answers to that question. So the answer to the man who is worthy of a Proverbs 31 woman is also a Proverbs 31 man. So there are two people that were described in Proverbs 31, the man and the woman. But there is always this imbalance of always talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. But want to find out today, who is a Proverbs 31 man? Who am I supposed to be for God to release his daughter into my care? All right. And this man, as described in Proverbs 31 verse 1, the word of Lumen, king of Massa, which his mother taught him. So the first thing we know is the person that is being spoken to here is a king. And the good thing is, here we talk about kings. You are a king. So for you to be worthy of this woman, you have to first of all be a king. And when we talk about being a king, we are talking about the character of a king. How a king behaves, how a king acts, how a king carries himself, the way a king sees others. Question is, what kind of character do you have? Because the question here is, who can find? The person that can find is the person that has some characters, the person that behaves in some certain ways. So I've heard this illustration a couple of times. It just resonates with me. So if you ask a couple that have been married, happily married for a while, let's say 10, 20, 50 years, that what is the secret of the success of your marriage, or why are you happily married? You will never hear them say that we are happily married because my husband is handsome, because my husband is tall, my husband is dark, is fair, my husband is well spoken. You won't hear that. And you won't hear a man say, we are happily married because my wife is beautiful. Her hair is so long. She's fair in complexion. Those are not the things that keep the marriage. You will hear things like, he is considerate, he is kind, he loves to serve, he praises me, he is kind to me, he is loving, he is a good father, he is a good husband. You will hear things like, she is a wonderful woman, she's hardworking, she's kind, she's homely, she's generous. Those are the things that we want to look at today. The things that would make your home last, that will keep your marriage together. Those are the things that we want to look at. We want to look out for in a Proverbs 31 man. The question you now ask yourself is, am I the speck of my speck? Do I have the character that is deserving of a Proverbs 31 woman? Because God will not give his precious daughter that is far more precious than any jewel to just any man. That was why when King Saul disobeyed God, God took the kingdom away from him and gave it to a man after his own very heart. If you read that in 1 Samuel, when God rejected King Saul, even Samuel was begging and praying that God will reverse it. And God told him, why are you crying over someone I have rejected? There is someone else I have chosen to be a king over my people. If you want to be that chosen person, if you want to be the king that God will entrust his daughter to, you must be a man of character. A man that has some very valued characters that every time he sees you with his daughter, he is pleased with you. He's blessing you just because of who you are. So let's go into it. I'll talk about 7 characters that this man in Proverbs 31 has that makes him deserving of this Proverbs 31 woman. And the first one is, he is a man of one woman. So Proverbs 31:3, it says, don't waste your strength on women. Women destroy kings, so don't waste yourself on them. This man is a man of one woman. So either you're presently married or you're still looking to get married. You have to be a man of one woman. You don't want God to give you his daughter and then you are cheating on her. In Deuteronomy 17:17, when Moses was telling the Israelites about the kind of man that could be their king, and it says, the king must not take many wives for himself. This man must be a man of one woman. The original intention of God was one man, one woman. That was why he created Adam and Eve. He didn't create Adam and Eve's. He didn't bring out 3 ribs to create 3 women and say, okay, choose one. Or you can have the 3 because you cannot, this one cannot be enough for you. No, you have to be a man of one woman. You don't want to give your strength to women. They destroy kings. See, that was the advice. You are a king and you don't want to be destroyed, right? So you have to be a man of one woman. The second thing in verse 4, don't be given to alcohol. Don't be given to alcohol. This alcohol was explained in 4 verses to show you how important it is that you should not be given to alcohol. It is not for kings, only men. It is not for kings. You will put your name there. It is not for king to guzzle wine. Rulers should not crave alcohol. If you want to be high on the Holy Spirit. It says that in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 18. Don't be drunk with wine, because that will ruin your life. Instead, be filled with the Holy Spirit. It is not just women that can ruin your life. Alcohol can also ruin your life. It says if the feeling that you want to get from drinking alcohol is that you want to be high. And good. For you to be high, there is a better way for you to be high. And that is for you to be filled with the Holy Spirit. Be filled with the Holy Spirit, and you will have a natural highness that the person that is drunk can never get. Because the way it explains the person that drinks alcohol, you will know for sure that as a king, I am not supposed to be drinking alcohol. Alcohol is for dying, and wine for those in bitter distress. Let them drink to forget their poverty and remember their troubles no more. It is not for you. It is not for kings. It is not for a man that is worthy of a Proverbs 31 woman. The third thing, verse 8 and 9, it says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Yes, speak up for the poor and helpless and see that they get justice. You have to be someone that helps and serve. The way Jesus explained being a king in the regards to leadership in Luke chapter 22, verse 25 to 27, Jesus told them, in this world, the kings and great men lord it over people, yet they are called friends of the people. But among you, it will be different. He's saying that with you as a king, it will be different. Those who are the greatest among you shall take the lowest rank, and the leaders should be like a servant. Who is more important, the one who sits at the table or the one who serves? The one who sits at the table, of course, but not here. He's saying that, but not with you. But not with you as a king. But not with you as a husband. But not with you as a future husband. For I am among you who serve. Jesus served. You remember that he washed the feet of his disciples. Jesus served us. Everything Jesus did was for us. He came, he died. That dying was not for his benefit. When they gave Jesus the name above every other name, that name was for you. When he shed his blood, that blood was for you. When he went to sit at the right hand of God, that sitting was still for you, because he's sitting down there advocating for you. Everything that Jesus did was serving you, was serving me. So as a king, your notion, your character, the person you are is a server to your wife. If you don't imbibe the culture as a single man now to serve people, to serve others, it will be difficult for you when you get married to serve others. So now you can find opportunities to serve. You have your community, volunteer in your community to serve others. You have your church. Have a unit that you are serving in. You just don't go to church and sit down on Sunday. Somebody cleaned the chair you sat on. Somebody swept the floor. Your pastor is preaching. Somebody gave you the envelope. Somebody sang praise and worship. Somebody did media. You did not do anything. The only thing you went there to do is just sit down. If you cannot start learning service now, when you get married and you're supposed to serve this woman, you're supposed to serve her, it will be difficult for you. And if you're already married and you don't serve your wife, you think that because you are the leader, you are the head, everyone is supposed to serve you. Jesus said, not here. Not in this kingdom. Not in your marriage. That's not the way it should be. In this place, it is different. It is the king that serves. It is you that will serve her. So you need to learn to serve her. You need to learn to bring everything you do must be because of her. See, when Jesus wanted to explain what a man should do in marriage, he said, love your wife just like Christ loves the church. What did Christ do for the church? He died for the church. So what you are going to do for your wife is everything you do will be for her. You will serve her. So as a man that is worthy and that is married to a Proverbs 31 woman, you need to serve your wife. The next point, Proverbs 31:11, Amplified Version. The heart of her husband trusts in her with secure confidence, and he will not have no lack of gain. You have to be a secured man for you to deserve this woman. Know that this woman is capable, she's intelligent, she's smart, she's hardworking, she's rich. For you to deserve this woman, for you to be able to understand this woman, you need to be secured in yourself. You need to have confidence in yourself. I have seen people that without the girl, without their wife doing anything at all, they just have this mindset that she can never respect me. She can never submit to me. Why? Because she is richer? Because she's more intelligent? Because she's well placed in the society? And you want a Proverbs 31 woman? Did you know this woman in Proverbs 31? They said she considers a land and buys it. She saw the land. She is in real estate. She saw the land and buy it. That means she has her own money to buy the land. This woman is rich. And you want to be married to her. You want your wife to be her. You need to be secured in yourself. As a young man, you need to be happy with others when they are excelling more than you. You don't feel bitter because your friend has gotten a job that pays higher than you. You should learn that now so that when you get married, it will not be difficult for you when you prosper through your wife. Because when you get married, you become one with her. And if she prospers and you are bitter about it, you are bitter about yourself prospering, you will begin to kill that prosperity because of your bitterness. And if you read that particular verse in different versions, right, you will see things like the easy to read version. It says, her husband depends on her. He will never be poor. In NLT, it says, her husband can trust her. She will greatly enrich his life. So this woman is like a source of wealth to the husband. If you are not secure, if you don't have that confidence in yourself, you will destroy the person that is this woman. You will destroy a Proverbs 31 woman if you meet one. So God will not want to give you a woman that you cannot nurture. As a single man now, if you cannot appreciate others, if you cannot be happy for others when they are growing, God will not want to give you his daughter. So that when she is prospering, you will not kill her. Because God has sent you and her to nations, and you need resources to do that. You need to release her to the world to do that. She needs to release you to the world to do that. If you are not confident in yourself, if you are not bold enough to relax and say that my heart confidently trust in her, you will not be deserving of this particular woman. And if you're already married to a Proverbs 31 woman and you are insecure about it, the advice I would give is begin to pray for more prosperity for her. I have learned that, I have used that, and it has worked for me. Remember, there was a certain time I had this friend for a while. When we finished school, he wasn't able to get a job. And even the one he got, they were paying him an epileptic salary. Like today, they are going to pay him. Next month, it might be lesser. In 2 months, he might not even get the salary. And when God wanted to bless him, God gave him a job times 10 of what he was earning. And when he told me, I was like, oh my God, this is great. Like, and then after a while, I was thinking about, why can't I get that kind of job as well? And I noticed that bitterness wanted to settle in my heart. And when I noticed that, I started praying for him, for God to bless him more, for God to increase him, for God to add to him. And I noticed my joy came back. So if your wife is growing, if you have a friend as a married man now, and your wife is prospering, and you are feeling this bitterness, why not me? Why can't it be me? Pray for her to prosper more. You will begin to see that God will return your joy. God will return your confidence. And you will enjoy this wealth that God has given the two of you together. Because He said it. He will never be poor. He will never be poor. He will greatly enrich his life. If she's rich, you are the one that is rich. If she's prospering, you are the one that is prosperous. Okay? To stop here for this week, and then we'll pick up from the 5th character next week. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. And I pray as you do this, may your homes be filled with God's friendship and counsel. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.